1 year ago, I packed my bags. Me, blessing. Be like, say I don't enter America. I don't think I'll be able to survive this. Oh my God, what am I going to do? The way this country is, it is so fast-paced. I thought me and this person were cool. Why am I finding out on their WhatsApp status? Come on, there's so much to say in just 1 year. Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. From the title of this video, you can already tell what this particular vlog is about. 1 year ago, I packed my bags. How many bags? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4 extra. Yes, I had an extra luggage with my hand luggage. Total 4 bags. And I remember how it was a struggle fitting all of my life, all of my properties, all of my belongings into those bags. But yeah, a year ago I packed my things and left Nigeria. For context, my husband was in Canada before I moved. A month after our wedding ceremony, he came to Canada and I was in Nigeria, long distance marriage. It was so hard. I made a vlog about that as well. You can check maybe after you watch this, or you can pause this one, check down and I'll come back. It was overwhelming. It was not a good phase of my life. It's not something that I wish for anyone. I personally do not think that long distance marriage is God's design for marriage. So it was really hard. But thank God, eventually after not 8 months per se, my visa got approved like 5 months after we applied. But when my visa got approved, I didn't want to leave Nigeria immediately. I wanted to visit people, spend time with people that I would obviously miss very much. So in all, it took me about 8 months from when my husband left till when I came to Canada. Living was a roller coaster of emotion for me. On one hand, I was happy that finally I'm coming to be with my husband. I am going to see my husband. I'm happy I'm going to see my husband. On the other hand, I was unhappy leaving my family. I'm leaving all that I've known. All my life I've been in Nigeria. I've gone to Ghana before, but it was excursion, secondary school excursion. Apart from that, like all my life I've been in Nigeria. So it was really hard saying goodbye to loved ones. But I was also happy that, okay, coming to Canada is like greater opportunities ahead of me. I would have better opportunities career-wise and everything, because I remember there was a point in my life, all I wanted in this life was to just go abroad. There was a point in my life that I was so tired. I think after that enters time in particular, I was just done with Nigeria. Like, my body was in Nigeria, but my mind, my soul, my spirit was not in Nigeria anymore. And just like yesterday, I remember the flight that I took from, oh my God, I'm getting teary already. I don't want to cry. After doing makeup, I'll not come and cry. God forbid. Don't cry. So I remember the flight, how long it was. I think it was over 16 hours. I had a stopover at Egypt. Eventually I got into Canada. I remember, I still have the memory in my head. Even though I captured it, it's still even in my head. I remember when I landed, the country all fresh from my eyes. Like, say I don't enter America. I remember when I was waiting for my bags to come out. Then my bags eventually came undamaged. Everything was on point. Then I proceeded to now going out. Now gonna finally reunite with my husband. Pastor K and Mo, they were also there. They were the ones that came with my husband to pick me from the airport. I filmed everything, by the way, so you can always watch the vlog after this one. I remember when we were driving and I was seeing the roads, Canada road, be like, say I did inside movie. That time they shocked me, but now don't be the road where they see like this. Yeah, I was sitting with my husband. He gave me flowers. I did look at the flower. Now that's the first time in my life that somebody is giving me flower. So the road, the houses, as I'm seeing the houses, it be like, say I did inside movie or movie. All the things where they read inside storybook, it was so fairy tale-ish. It was so magical. It was so I don't even have the word for it. See, familiarity is a bad thing. Now the thing that they shot, no be houses where they see like this. But oh my god, it's been such an amazing 1 year. I still remember a lot of my first time in Walmart. Oh gosh, it was also with Pastor Kiamo and my husband. My first time in Dollarama was with these same people. I'm really grateful to God for my husband that he landed before me, sort of helped me to settle in faster. And I'm also grateful for Pastor King and Mo, now Mommy Yoni. Apparently that time she was even pregnant of Yoni, which means that Yoni was there with me. Sense no go kill me. I cannot deny that their involvement and helping us to get around even before we got a car really helped us to settle in properly or faster. Especially for me that was just coming in, like I've never been to Canada before now. And then even for my husband, he was staying in a different place before, and then he now moved to where we are now, Milton. I was particular about going to Milton, staying in Milton, because Pastor Kiamo also stay in Milton, and I just felt like leaving Nigeria to abroad is already an isolation on its own. You are leaving the people you know, you are leaving everything you know. So if you are moving to that abroad and there is already someone that you know from back home, and they are not like rubbish people, they are not people that you want to stay away from, why not just stay around them to just reduce that isolation that is already associated with relocating, you know? So that's why I was particular about staying in Milton, where Pastor King and Mo were. And now I've even met so many other amazing people. I do not regret it at all. So a lot of first time experiences that has now summed up to second time, third time, fourth time, and has all together come to form my experience and perspective of Canada in the last 1 year. My honest opinion about living in Canada, unfiltered. So I have some points. I jotted down some things, just things down so I don't forget. I'll start with the 3 things that humans need for survival anywhere they go, anywhere they find themselves. Number 1, food. My experience with food and my opinion about food in Canada. Honestly, if you're a very adventurous person, if you're adventurous with food, I don't think you would have a problem. There are a lot of options, like food from different continents, So if you're very adventurous with food, I do not think you would have a problem with food. But if you're like me, who is very picky and I'm not very adventurous with food, you might struggle a bit, because for someone that is so used to the Nigerian food, it's not like it is not here. I brought food stuff from Nigeria when I was coming, and some of them I still have them till now, like it has not finished. But because you can't get them as frequently as you would want, for example, if you're in Nigeria now, if your egusi finishes right now, you can just go to the next street or just go downstairs of your house and buy from one woman shop or something at the price that you are used to, at the price that everybody in that community can relate to. But yeah, because you know that I'm coming from very far away, I brought this thing from very, very far away, you sort of want to manage it. And even if it finishes, there's Nigerian store here and they sell a lot of everything you find in Nigeria. But then when I first came, I was converting from dollar to naira a lot. Especially if you're converting, it will kind of set you back. Like, you'll be reluctant about always buying from African store, and that is okay, because to be honest, I've done food cargo once. I think, was it last month or last 2 months? And if you do food cargo in bulk, the price is more reasonable than just buying one in African store. Yeah. So in terms of food, if you are very picky with food and you're not adventurous, you'll be fine, trust me. And even now, me, blessing, I'm already eating things like steak, shrimp, prawn. I used to call it prawn, but that's inside joke. Me, I dey chop prawn, I dey chop shrimps, steak. That's something that I never ate. She ate. I never ate in Nigeria. It's not like the food is bad, but I wasn't just exposed to it. Maybe I'm local, I don't even know. But I wasn't just exposed to it at all. And I would like to mention that if you are not adventurous with food, be open to trying. Because there are things that I now take that if I didn't try to taste it, I would never have known that I will enjoy it. If you are planning to come to Canada, make sure you bring foodstuffs from Nigeria. It would sustain you for a while. If you are managing it well, it will sustain you. And even if you run out of it, there is African store in Canada, and they sell practically everything. One particular African store I'm going to recommend is Dio African Store. If you stay in Ontario or if you are moving to Ontario, Dio African Store has everything that you would ever need, every Nigerian thing that you'd ever need. They are in Mississauga, but if you stay in Milton, they offer free delivery to Milton. Anywhere in Canada, they are able to deliver. If you run out of food that you brought, if you don't want to buy from African store, you can always do food cargo. So on the food part, there is really nothing to worry about. The next survivor thing, clothing. Let's talk about clothing. Food, clothing, and shelter. Yeah, I remember before I came to Canada, there were some videos trending like, no clothes in Canada, no clothes in Canada. I've stayed in Canada for 1 year now, and I can tell you that it is a lie. There's clothes in Canada. However, clothes, it varies from person to person. Your preference might be different from my preference. I won't deny the fact that there are limited stores. For example, now, places I can recommend that I've tried and it's just okay. Zara, H&M, Old Navy, some of their things, some of their shirts is low quality, but I think I've gotten a jean from Old Navy before and it's good. So Zara, H&M, Old Navy. For thrift, Plato's Closet, Value Market. Did I say Value Market? I think it's called Value Village or not Value Market. So these places are available here, and I'll say it just really depends on individual preference. Shopping on Zara, for example, is becoming difficult for me right now, because I could see a dress that, okay, I like this dress, I like the color, I like the length, I like what it looks like, it is my style. But then maybe it's one spaghetti and that you cannot wear bra under, because if you wear bra, it will spoil the aesthetics now, not just spaghetti. And then if you are not wearing bra, that means that the nipple place will not be showing. Like, now I have to even buy nipple cover because of some of the dresses I've gotten from Zara that would have issues with the boobs and your nipples showing. So, well, it's just somehow. But if you have the chance to get clothes from Nigeria, maybe someone is coming in from Nigeria that can help you bring clothes, try to. If it's possible, you can, but not a lot, because this place is weather condition that determines how you dress. And if you now go and pack plenty summer clothes now and you're not able to wear everything finished in this summer, who knows, by next year summer you could have gained weight, you could have lost weight, the clothes might not fit properly anymore. So just bring per time, per weather condition, per how many you need at that particular season or phase of the weather or phase of your life, if you get what I mean. But generally, there's clothes in Canada. It just really depends on what you're looking for. Most of these stores run sales every now and then. Let me also talk about fashion style. Oh my god, I came like towards the end of summer, so I now entered into fall season, and in fall it's cold here. Coming from Nigeria, when I see people wearing boots, it's always awkward, like, inside this our weather, why? It's always as if they are showing off, or they don't know how to dress, or they are just being weird. So now, entering here, and I now have to be wearing sweaters, thick sweater, and boots. It feels so awkward to me. Like, I remember one particular Sunday, I wore boots to church for the first time. And during the praise and worship, I could not dance well. I could not move because the thing was like a burden on my leg. That day I was so down. I told my husband that I feel like I don't have a sense of fashion anymore. Like I've lost my dress sense. That this boot, I'm not used to it. It's so awkward. I can't even move normally. Now I like boots like mad. This present summer will soon be over and we'll enter fall. From fall we'll enter winter. I'm already looking at, should I buy a new boot or should I keep wearing this one that I have? Should I change the style of the heel? See me that felt so awkward. Now I've discovered what I like to wear during fall or the cold season generally. I like to wear sweater and baggy jean. I've discovered a new style. I've discovered my style for that. For spring, I've not discovered my style or the right dressing to dress in spring. Even for summer, I don't really know. Is it that we'll just be wearing sleeveless dresses because of the heat, or is there a particular style that I would love? I don't know yet, and there's still a lot of years ahead of me to find out. But I remember when I came in, I felt awkward dressing in fall and dressing in winter. But now I've found the particular fashion sense for that weather condition that I love, that is going to be peculiar to me and is going to be my style. So don't worry about clothing, about fashion. You'll be fine. Trust me, you'll be fine. Let's talk about shelter. See, looking for house in Canada, oh god, it can be so frustrating. It is a workout routine. It is an emotional workout routine. It is a physical workout routine. It is a mental workout routine. It can be a lot. Like, I don't understand how as a newcomer they expect you to have a good credit score. The bottom line is that they just want you to show that you can pay. If you come in and you can pay straight up 1 year rent, you don't have problem. They will give you the house. They just don't want any issues. They want to be sure that, oh, this person I'm taking in as a tenant can pay my rent, because here in Canada the law favors the tenant. So if your landlord takes you as a tenant and you're unable to pay for some months, I think the law allows you to still be staying in the house for free or something like that. I don't know, because to the glory of God, we've never owed rent or anything, but landlords always try to avoid taking in someone that can't pay, or someone that from their financial record it seems like they can't pay, or someone that is just coming in fresh into the country, no job, nothing. How am I sure that even if you pay first, second, third month, how am I sure that you can pay the remaining months? And then if you cannot pay, the law is now going to favor you. You'll be living in my house, you won't pay rent, and me, I have mortgage to pay, because these landlords every month they have to pay mortgage on their house. Mortgage, how best will I describe mortgage? Mortgage is like a landlord that owns a house, he bought that house maybe from the government or whoever is selling house in Canada, but he didn't pay fully, so he paid a certain percentage, and then the balance you'll be paying it every month. So that balance that landlords pay every month to the government or whoever they bought the house from, they get that monthly payment from the rents of their tenants. So if you as a tenant you are refusing to pay your landlord, you are putting the landlord at a disadvantage. He won't be able to pay his mortgage. So landlords are always very careful when they want to take in new tenants, and for new immigrants it affects new immigrants a lot, because they don't have any record. They are just coming in with no job, nothing. So I'll talk about how to get it better and how we got our own house in another video. If I forget, remind me. That brings me to want to talk about finances. When I say finances, I'm talking about finances with respect to my own job. I'm a content creator. It's such a culture shock moving from Nigeria, where brands reach out to you. Like, once you have over 10k followers, or once you share followers and you are kind of popular online, brands will message you by themselves in Nigeria. But yeah, nobody knows you. Nobody cares about your followers. No, I'm talking of the brands. So it's you that will like position yourself, go and message them that this is what I can do, or this is my analysis, or this is where my audience is based. Certain percent of my audience is in Canada, is in US, blah blah blah. It's you that will go and meet them. Right now, 1 year now, I've not reached out to any brand, because I don't want to go and reach out and I don't have anything to show. If I'm reaching out to brands here and a large percentage of my audience are Nigerians, how would that benefit them? Because this thing is 50-50. It has to work for me and it has to work for the brand as well. So I'm still in the process of building my Canadian audience, and thank God the percentage is increasing. So for now, I've not reached out to any brand, and that's why I'm so thankful to God for brands that have reached out to me. I don't even know how they knew me or how they came about me. I don't know. I just thank God. And because of the culture shock thing in terms of influencing and content creation, I don't get jobs frequently. But the few I've gotten, the few I've worked with, and the few I'm still working with right now, they pay me in foreign currency. When I convert all the money to Naira, I'm not lying to you, all my life that I've done influencing, I've been influencing since when I was in university. All my life, I've never made that amount of money. So there's potential to make more money here than being in Nigeria. Maybe it's because the stage that I left in Nigeria, I was just getting noticed. I don't know about maybe all these big influencers in Nigeria. I'm talking about myself. Is it called micro influencers or something like that? Being here, there is potential to make more money in content creations. Another thing I did, which I think you can do if you want to do, is I was very intentional. Moving here, I had an extra luggage, and in that extra luggage, they contained brands from Nigeria. So, like I said, I left at a point where I was getting noticed. Towards my travel dates, brands were reaching out to me. I didn't reject. I told them that I'm relocating in the next few days. So if you don't mind, I can still make the video from wherever I am, but you just have to like send the product to me before I go. There was a particular brand that sent their product to me a day before I left. They really wanted to work with me, and all the products, I brought it to Canada. And I did the video, the influencing video, and posted everything from Canada. And that act was very deliberate. I wanted to put out a message, consciously or subconsciously, that, Even though I've traveled though, this girl, she's still available for influencing jobs. Do you know that there are brands that sent products to me from Nigeria even when I'd gotten to Canada, because they saw that, oh, this one, oh, she has traveled, but she's still posting Nigerian brands. That means she's still available to do Nigerian content and push Nigerian content. Even brands that are not material inclined, for example, what's this, Leadway Assurance, they reached out to me from Nigeria. This one didn't involve sending products or anything, but I think it's because on my page you can tell that this one is not in Nigeria. A large percentage of our audience are still Nigerians, and she's still maximizing it and, you know, creating content for Nigerian brands even from where she is. I can't even deny that the fact that I didn't reject Nigerian brands when I first came, and the fact that I brought in Nigerian brands with me to, you know, advertise for a year, it really helped to put me in that light, that in that perspective that, okay, she's still available for work. So it's something that you can consider if you think it's going to work for you, or if it's something that you are willing to do, then I think it's very okay. Let's talk about communicating with people back at home. In the past 1 year, I won't even lie, my communication with people back at home has not been at its best. Maybe with my family, I would say, okay, it's still okay. But like friends, you know, everybody has a busy life. Regardless of where you are, everybody has a busy life. Coupled with time difference, it is just so difficult. The time that me am awake now and I'm in the mood to call or message or this thing, that's when my friend in Nigeria is already preparing to sleep. It just doesn't work. And then even if I drop the message, I drop the call, and then they wake up the next morning and they want to return it back to me, I'm already sleeping, or I'm just waking up. I'm not in that zone of communicating yet. So it just takes a lot of intentionality. And one thing I will say is that when we talk of intentionality in communication, it has to be from both parties. You can't be the only one in Canada that is struggling or carrying it on your head that my communication with this person is suffering, I want to make it work, and the person on the other end doesn't care because, oh, she's abroad now, she's the one that should always come. She's abroad now, she's the one that should show that she cares, or she's abroad now, she must have met new people, that's why she's not calling me or communicating with me. No, there has to be an intentional effort from both parties. So over the past 1 year, I'll just say that communication with people back at home is not impossible, but it takes intentionality from both parties. Another thing, talking about people back at home, is that you'll be surprised that because you are here, there are a lot of things that will go on, maybe events, weddings, birthdays, or whatever, that you'll be finding out online. Like, no, you're an outsider. Like, if I was in Nigeria, this person would have told me that, oh, I'm getting married, or you're invited, or even though you're not invited, safe, I'm getting married, though. But you will not be wondering that I thought me and this person were cool. Why am I finding out on their WhatsApp status? Or why am I finding out from someone else posting? I really appreciate people that have gotten married and they like reached out to me to let me know. I'm not special than anybody or anything. It's just like, will I even say courtesy or cordiality's sake? Like, okay, we have that kind of relationship, we're cool. It's like, imagine your own best friend. I'd not say it happened to me, or just imagine like the level of closeness you have with your best friend, but because you've jackpot, you'll now find out on status that your best friend is doing an introduction or she's getting married, when normally if you were in Nigeria, she would have told you before you find out on WhatsApp status or anywhere. So it's just somehow, and to be honest, it might not even be that they are doing it intentionally, just that naturally, because you are not there, it will not immediately come to them instinctively that let me let this person know, because when they are thinking of guests that will be around, of course they are thinking of people that are physically present. So it might not be anything malicious or anything, but it is a thing and it happens. So if it happens to you, or if you come to Canada, just get your mind ready for situations like that and don't take it personal. I think it's just natural because you are not physically in that space with them. And so if there are people that, regardless of the distance, they still try to get you involved with things that has to do with them, keep them, hold them tight and appreciate them. Still on communication, but now not communication with human beings. Let's talk about communication with God, relationship with God. 1 year in Canada, and I would say that relationship with God here takes intentionality. And if you can get it right here with God, if you can get your relationship with God right abroad, honestly, I think you've gotten the most beautiful thing ever. Because I feel like a relationship with God in Nigeria, is fueled out of fear. It's fueled out of, oh, I need this, I need that. I'm going out today. There's insecurity issue, so you shall have to pray to God that, God, guide my going out and coming in. Let me come back safely. Or there's one need. There's always one need or the other. I was having a conversation with someone recently, and they were talking about like going to church in Nigeria, workers meeting in particular. Sometimes in Nigeria, people go to workers meeting or go to church because of what their pastor will say, or they don't want to get punished, or they don't want to get suspended. Everything is like stemming out of fear, out of eye service, out of this. But coming here, where everything works, the system works, security works, there is always light. There's really no pressing need like that. If you're not careful, you will lose your relationship with God, because you don't really have need to be saying, oh God, give me this, God, I'm going out, provide for me, protect me. In this place where there's so much comfort, there's so much comfort zone, there's just so much comfort that can push you to forget God. If you scale above that and you are still very particular and intentional about relating with God, not from a place of, oh, I need this, I need that, trust me, if you can get it right like that, that is just the best, because I believe that that's what God created us for. Genuine, pure relationship where we just love upon him and just want to know him the more, and just want to, commune with him, and just want to fellowship with him, not because of what we need, not because we're afraid that we will step out and now oh God, this thing I just thank God. I thank God for everything. The way this country is, it is so fast paced. Like, time goes so fast. Everything is there, especially if you work, like you go to an office here in Canada, or maybe you work at home. Time is limited. Even me that I don't have like a 9 to 5 or anything, I still struggle with time. So imagine living in a fast-paced life where everything is moving on very fast, and you still have to impute the time of talking to God, the time of praying to God, the time of listening to messages. It seems impossible. It feels so choked. But honestly, if you can be intentional to find that time, it's going to be so beautiful, because with this, you're not communicating with God or seeking God out because of something you need or because of a comfort you're looking for. All those comfort is there. The downside is just that it can make you lose your relationship with God. And knowing this, I feel like when you know that, oh, there's a possibility of this happening, then you be careful to not make it happen. There's so much to say in just 1 year, and I still feel like I don't know Canada enough, and that's true. I stay in Ontario, I don't know the whole of Canada, and there's still going to be so much for me to learn. And in years to come, if I come back and watch this video, I'm sure that there'll be much more to add in terms of like my knowledge and exposure you get. Now let's talk about community generally, making friends. See, when I was coming, I came with the mentality that Nigerians abroad are wicked. They mind their business. They don't like to relate with fellow Nigerians. So me, I came with that mentality that if nobody talks to me, so I'll mind my business. Me, I could like to mind my business before. I used to respect people's boundaries. I'm very big on respect, mutual respect. And the way I say respect, it has nothing to do with age, whether I'm older than you or older than me. No, let's just all have common sense and respect each other. So I came with that mindset that if nobody talks to me in this Canada, me too, I'll not force myself on any Nigerian. But more, I came. And the third day, God shocked me. I met somebody. If you've been regular on my vlog, you know that I want to cry. Oh no, I don't want to cry. I don't want my makeup to spoil. I used to mention Auntie Tenny. I met Auntie Tenny on my third day in Canada. She just came to talk to me, like advertise an African store. And from there, this woman treats me like I'm a daughter, like as if she has known me before. Apart from her, I've met a couple of other Nigerians that we don't, and that's the thing, you don't have to be like best friends, calling each other every day, going to each other's house every day. No, you just be cordial. You just know that, okay, if they have an event, they can invite you, you show up. If you have an event, you can invite them, you show up. If you have a question to ask, you can ask them. That community feel, it is not absent in Canada. It might not be as concentrated as it is in Nigeria, but it is not absent in Canada. If you allow yourself, if you are open to going out, if people invite you for things and you are chanced, you can go. The last thing, weather condition. See, I never thought I would be somebody that will be playing inside snow, dancing inside snow, making video inside snow, jumping inside snow. Me, because I felt like I would not be able to cope with the cold at all. Winter doesn't just come overnight. Gradually, the cold will be introducing itself to you. So on days where it's getting cold and getting cold and getting cold, I was already fearing that this winter that people are talking about is already creeping in small, and I'm already feeling the cold. Oh, I don't think I'll be able to survive this. Oh my God, what am I going to do? The aboniki I brought from Nigeria, I don't even think I used it more than once or twice, because it's so beautiful how the human body adapts. We are very adaptive beings, and adapting to the weather condition, it's okay to be afraid at first, but trust me, you would adapt, you'll be fine. Now this is summer. Because of how my body has gotten used to winter, which was very cold, the summer is not feeling too hot. Like, oh my God, it's so hot though right now. But I don't even want to complain, because when cold comes, so I might not be missing summer. So I'm just grateful for all the different seasons, weather conditions in Canada, and the ability to be able to adapt to each weather condition. It's so beautiful. Overall, Canada is such a good place to be in. I love it here. It is peaceful. If you're someone that loves privacy, you would enjoy it here. Honestly, I love my privacy a lot. This place is not a kind of place that people just come to your house unannounced or just come and visit you without telling you before they come. Everything works. The system works. It is easy to learn things here. I didn't know how to drive in Nigeria. Now I know how to drive. And this place keeps everybody at the same level. Nobody is more important than the other person. It keeps everybody at par. Like, we're all equal. We're all entitled to the same opportunity, the same privilege, the same service from this company. They are not going to say, oh, this one is governor's child or this one has one connection. No, everybody is equal. It's really beautiful being here, and I thank God so far for my 1 year. It's God that brought me here. Honestly, my coming here, my visa getting approved, the way everything happened, I can never deny, and I'll never deny that it is God that brought me here. And that God that brought me here, it is that same God that has kept me and sustained me for 1 year. And I trust God so much that if He has brought me here and sustained me for 1 year, what is now in the remaining years that I cannot do? His power doesn't fade. His power doesn't diminish. So I have no worry for my future. In the name of Jesus, I have no worry for my future. God that brought me here would keep me, keep all that belongs to me, and keep us all safe. And I pray that for everyone that has a desire to, get out of Nigeria, it's not like we're running. I'll still go back to Nigeria. I feel like there are a lot of things that I'll learn here. I'm learning here that I'll still want to come and impart in Nigeria. For example, my fitness, and becoming a personal fitness trainer, all the things I've learned and what I'll still learn, I would like to come and transfer it to other fitness people in Nigeria. So it's not about running away forever, but just living there at least for a while. It changes your mentality, it changes your mindset, it opens your mind to new things, it opens up your creativity. Being a creative here in Canada is so beautiful. There are many things that you can create with. Ideas they fly left, right, and center. I thank God for the journey of 1 year, and I thank God for being here and everything. My heart is just so filled with gratitude, and I'm happy that I get to share my experiences with you. For everyone that watched my vlog, thank you. YouTube has also been a source of income for me, but beyond that, I'm just grateful that I can create these memories and keep, not just for you, my audience, but also for myself in the future. I can look back and remember that this is what I felt, this is what I went through at this point, at this time, and just give all the glory to God. So this is where I'll end this vlog. Happy Japaversary to me, happy Canada birthday to me, happy 1 year in Canada to me. And yeah, please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you in another vlog. If you notice, I'm rushing, I dey sweat. Make I open car. Jesus, breeze at last.